So guys, today is a big day. Today is the day before dyno day, which means we have to make sure the car is fully ready to go on the dyno. I don't want any hiccups. I don't want to have to go back. I don't want to mess the night up at all. I want everything to go perfect, because you don't get too many opportunities to get on the dyno. As you guys know, I've been driving the S13 around like crazy, trying to make sure everything's dialed in, ready to go. And yesterday, we finally put her to the test. As you guys might have noticed, I didn't drop a video yesterday. Now we were supposed to go to a car meet. It was supposed to be this big fun thing, and it didn't end up happening. So I drove down to DJ's Town. We hung out down there yesterday, and I figured the clutch is broken in enough. And I finally tested the chassis out for the first time. So we're gonna rewind to yesterday's footage so you guys can get a taste of that. Mike G's shop. Mike G's car is open outside, and B Hall's here.
Hi.
Look at you down here.
What's going on?
Look at you all cleaned up.
Chilling.
Damn. You look like a cop.
Roll down your window. You know why I pulled you over? You're just going too low in the high lane.
We'll try and cross the border. Hopefully we get across to Mexico. We'll get across, right, B Hall? We'll get across.
I think the Border Patrol is easy this time of year. Pretty empty to me. All right, I gotta feel it out. I can go faster than I thought. Not bad. Should we dip or? I think we should probably dip now because this guy's.
First entry, I messed up pretty bad, but I got a feel for the cars. Second time, the last time we just went way faster, and I got it. I felt the car out. You can tell I went a little faster and got a little more angle every time, so that's good. First street drift of the season. We're in. All right, we're gonna go find my G somewhere. All right, now we're back to the future. As you can see, the S13 is doing amazing. It's handling amazing. It's really, really impressing me. Such a big change from last season. It's gonna be about prepping the car for the dyno day. And Tommy's actually stopping by today because he actually has to use my shop we have to put the supercharger on his TI here. You guys will know what's going on if you watch his videos. But first thing we have to do today is we finally have to get a boost leak test. So what we're gonna be doing is pressurizing the whole entire system, try to find any leaks within the system itself. And we're gonna do it with my handy dandy coupler that I made. All this is a vacuum coupler with a PVC end cap and a motorcycle valve. So we're gonna clamp this onto the intake where the filter goes, and we're gonna fill this thing up with some pressurized air, and hopefully it holds a good amount of pressure. Here we go. We got it all set up. Let's see if we have any leaks to begin with. Looks like we have a leak right here. Do you guys see the bubbles building up right here? Well, I just popped it, but there you go. That means we have a boost leak. I'm gonna loosen that coupler, reposition it, retighten it, and see if that does the trick. Well, I guess it looks like Tommy's here. Sounds awesome.
Just driving my daily.
It's like nice and like quiet.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It came out awesome. And I just drove it for the first time, and the thing's rad.
Yeah?
It's actually like quick, yeah.
Whoever doesn't watch Tommy's channel, this is a TI that he swapped the S52 from an M3 into it. And he just got exhaust done by Justin down at Morpheus, or now Morfab. And this is like his first real drive. Dude, congratulations.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's awesome. It looks great.
Now
cool. I need this engine in my car.
Yeah, you do.
So we have a slight predicament. It's actually leaking out of the intake housing on the cold housing on the turbo. You ever seen that before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Unfortunately, those are really difficult to get to, so I'm gonna have to cut, bend, and weld this wrench pretty decently, but it seems like only the top ones are loose, so we're gonna do some trial and error. But we're gonna get lunch first. That sound good?
Oh yeah.
I bent a wrench, and I got the two where it's leaking tight on the turbine housing. Still leaking. I don't know why. I'm gonna try and tighten the rest of them. I'm really upset. I do have a pretty large boost leak, but it's only on the top, which is like good that it's not anywhere else. But I think we should be fine. We should be fine to get tuned. I'm not too worried about it. Not too worried about it. It kind of sucks, but whatever. Did a quick rundown on the other coupler. So of course, just left this going, and we just sprayed the liquid on the couplers where it could leak, and we should be all set. I didn't hear anything else around that intake leaking, so I think that's the best I'm gonna get.
It's the best you're gonna get.
This thing's being a pain in the ass. We're missing, I think we're missing stuff, but look who's out here with the fresh hairdo.
What's going on, guys? I had to get that Jimmy Oaks haircut. You already know. What's up, buddy?
How's the cookie doing?
Oh, it's good.
I want to see it.
It's 100 degrees out here.
Dude,
I had to bring out the sandals.
This is the hottest day of the year so
Oh
far.
my gosh, yeah. And surprisingly, I was just gonna videotape this on my camera. It's like what, 91 degrees out here?
If not more.
It hit
Plus
182. That's it.
That's
the
it.
hottest.
Guys, this is an RP too. This thing
Exactly.
this thing starts like on its first crank. It's already up at $150. Like,
Exactly. But shout out to GK Tech because that clutch fan came in clutch. Yo, got this. This is straight from Japland.
That's so awesome.
If you haven't seen Curl Lifestyle, go check out all the videos.
This is a gift to me.
Yeah, this is a gift.
This is a gift to me.
That's for you.
Dude.
You have to read it from this.
And this way,
right,
dude.
right to the left.
Thank you.
Really? What's up, dude?
Dude, that's awesome.
going on?
I really
Hell yeah.
appreciate that. Damn, guys, this year is gonna be freaking awesome. Everyone's car is getting right back together. Jay just showed up. This is sick. What's up, Donald?
What up?
You going for a swim?
Yeah, we'll do some laps. Going for a dip. It's so messed up.
Oh.
Oh, this shit is cool. Give me Tucker. That's why I came in to chill with him.
He's not having it. How's it coming?
Not good.
I know.
So here's where we're at. We're putting it back to stock. And
I mean, this is an S52.
S50.
It's S50. Okay, whatever. S50.
S50 in a car that weighs probably 400 to 500 pounds less than it should. I mean, reliable. It works. It's tuned. Bigger injectors. Euro MAF intake. So, what do you think? This sucks. It's not gonna be worth the rigging, you know?
You can tell if Dom's pissed, and you know it sucks.
No, Dom's always pissed.
Dude, is that time of year, Tony?
Oh, you already know that one car wash a year.
Now I need Benny and Bobby down here. She's idling good now. You just needed to fucking get on a little bit. Oh,
Jimmy! You gotta say something.
sounds good.
Oh, that's in gear.
That was your fault.
That was me.
Cool. Hi, Tony. Peace. Nice to see you, homie. Later, dog. You guys will be seeing me and Tony
I'll take you
side by side drifting on Saturday. I cannot wait.
Bye, camera boy.
Later, homie.
Wait, we should have camera high-fived. Ready?
All right, guys, so Tommy just headed out. He spent a long time trying to get the supercharger to work out, but figured out that it's just not meant to fit on this style engine. It's gonna take a lot more for it to make it work than I think we all expected. He's gonna have to undo a lot of nice things that he has already done to the car, and I understand, and from Tommy's point of view, why he doesn't want to change it up at all. And I mean, it's an S50. It's a great motor, super reliable, super fast, but he offered an ultimatum. He offered the supercharger kit to me for my M50 for my E36, which is insane. Tommy is doing a giveaway on this TI, and he said, if 48 people in 48 hours buy entry to the TI giveaway, he will give me the supercharger kit, which would be insane. It would make the E36 exactly what I want, perfect amount of power, nothing too crazy, but it would be fun as all hell, and we do have the time to get that to fit. I don't mind tearing a few things apart to make it fit. If you guys want a chance to win a freaking gorgeous TI with everything underneath brand new, the S50 M3 swap with all M3 basically parts on it, I'll put the link in the description. I'm pretty sure it's just TommyFyat.com. And you could buy an entry. If 48 of you guys buy an entry, I'm getting myself a supercharger kit, which would be the sickest freaking thing ever. Enough of me talking. I'm so pumped on this. He's gonna leave this here tonight. He's probably gonna pick up tomorrow. But I have to get back on the S13. We gotta figure out why the hell it's leaking from the turbine housing. Now, some turbos, there's a gasket there, some there's not. I don't believe mine has a gasket. Now, I loosened up the whole entire housing, so see if we could just like kind of clock it. Worst case, I think I could completely remove the housing as it sits in there. It's gonna be difficult, but I really don't want to take my turbo off. I can see there's some play in it. So we're gonna try to do, I'm gonna just try and like, I don't know, what should I do? Should I fully take it off, or should I just try?
I would
like,
take it off and inspect it. If
Yeah.
you can fit that out of there, will it fit out without?
Come on. Oh, just enough room.
Where are you going, out the bottom?
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Ooh.
You got it. The Turbski.
Yeah, see, there's no O-ring in this one. What we're gonna be doing is, I'm gonna be cleaning the washers, these pieces that actually slip over and compress it to make sure, you know, it's getting a good clamp on it, and we're gonna polish the surface on both of them.
You want me to polish you, John? I'll get my polishing wheel.
Oh, you probably can't see it really well because I don't have a freaking light. Here we go. See that discoloring on top of the turbo? Yeah, there's a lot of oxidation. This turbo is old. It did sit for many, many years before I got it, so that would explain a lot. We're gonna try and polish up the corners on both the turbine itself housing and then the compressor housing, and then remeet it and see if that does the trick. There isn't really like an O-ring or anything there. It's just aluminum on aluminum, so we got to make it nice and flush. B-Hall just spent the time and he polished up the inside or the inner lip that really seals it. See, the threads for the turbo actually go all the way through into the housing, so we have to make sure where the washer meets the turbo housing like this is actually a nice flush gapping too. So we're going to be working on these little, I guess you would consider these the turbo clamp, the housing clamp.
It spreads the load because, you know, you have 6 bolts, right?
Yep.
You don't want to just be tightening on 6 areas. This makes it 3 really large areas.
So we clean them up pretty well, nice and flat. We should clamp pretty well. Drew's going with the polish. You want to join the party? Thank you, Drew. Tucker's helping too. Got the surfaces as clean as we possibly can. Also trying to keep it as flat as we possibly can. It's not perfect, but I think it's a lot better than it was. So hopefully it does it. We're gonna put it all back together. Hopefully this does it. Look at that.
Only time that he just sits here.
Literally a puppy dog face. We got the bolts in after clocking it a bunch of times. We got it seated all nice. Now I gotta roll around, tighten all the bolts, all the pain in the ass ones, and make sure it's all even. Put everything back up, and then test it again, and we should be all set. B-Hall, how you doing down there?
We're doing all right.
That's good.
Having fun.
So hopefully, guys, when we get back to you, everything will be back together. It is back together. Now we're gonna test it and see if we're gonna cry or if we're gonna cheer. Leaking out of the intake pipe, I think. Where is it? Wow, that sucks.
Oh, there she blows.
Yeah, that sucks a lot.
In the back right here.
That was a lot of work for
Right there.
nothing.
No, the whole thing. Yeah.
My air compressor to the max capacity. It sucks. You can't really put a lot of air through these straighter valves, like the motorcycle valves. And so we were kind of just fighting the leak, but we got enough pressure in the system to find other leaks, and it seems like everything's solid. We had one leak right here that we fixed, so I think we're good on that. Kind of sucks, but it kind of sucks because obviously it's a boost leak, which means I'm gonna have more boost lag, and of course you want as little as possible, especially with the SR that doesn't have much low end. But you know what? It's definitely been leaking for a really long time, and I was enjoying it. I was really enjoying the car with that boost leak on 8 psi. So not a big deal. It sucks. We could fix it in the future, but I think I'm good enough to get tuned for now. And me and B-Hall were also talking, like, once the turbo actually does get hot, like it warms up fully, it probably will seal a lot better since it is aluminum on aluminum and it expands greatly. So we're gonna hope once the car is like at operating temp, the aluminum expands, seals a bit better. I don't know. But what we do have to do is, because right now I just have it on wastegate pressure, which means I'm spiking at 9 psi, which I've always done, which I don't mind. I like 9 psi. I had plenty of power to drift waste. I'm not a power hungry person. But now that I did the top end stuff this season, I can tune for a lot more power. I could reliably hold like 20 pounds of boost, honestly, with that turbo setup and everything. But I don't want to go that crazy. But I do want like 15 pounds. So we gotta throw in a boost controller. Luckily, Justin from Morfab had one laying around, hooked me up. I think he got this off a Subaru back in the day. You don't really need, like, they're not really car specific. All it basically does is restrict air going to the wastegate, so it opens up later. It tricks the wastegate into thinking you're getting less pressure, so it opens up later so you can boost more pressure. Electronic ones, I've used them, I had them. They scare me because they fail. So we're gonna go with the good old-fashioned manual controller, and all this does is go in line with your wastegate. Guys, the boost controller is in. Now, you always wanna make sure this is propped up somewhere that's not gonna get yanked away, because if this yanks off and your wastegate is open, you're gonna overboost and you're gonna have a really fun time for a few seconds, and then you're gonna have a really bad time for a few months. Right here, me and B Hall decided this was a cool location. Drew gave input too. Yeah, Drew had input on this one. He did great. So it matches the fittings really well, and it's just really accessible. It's not in the way of any moving parts. It is not going anywhere. Really happy with it. We should be good with this. Really. So now we can dial in the boost on the dyno, and then dial it back if we have to, if the car is being a little foo-foo. But I'm pretty happy. So far, so good. Really upset about the turbo situation, but so I think we're done. We did good today. I already talked about this, but all right, we're gonna end the video today. Tomorrow is a whole new day. Hopefully everything's good on the dyno. Fingers crossed, gonna bring spark plugs and do all that stuff, and I think we'll be good. We'll be great. You two know it's gonna hit tomorrow.
Tomorrow it's gonna hit! It's gonna hit so hard!
Dumb enthusiasm.
I want that supercharger so bad. We need to make this thing so cool. So of course, guys, if you want to enter to the TI, click on Tommy's website. We need 48, and it's mine. So I don't know. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. But you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And who wants to do it? Have a good night.